Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name's Car with my BFF, Keyan.
That's me.
Keyan.
Hi.
Look, we got a special guest. Boom.
Where? Oh.
Whoa, look at that.
Where's he at?
Topher Scott.
He's like in Jamaica.
I'm off in the distance.
A remote.
We got Pleppo here too, but we don't have a mic for her.
Only have 2 cameras.
Sorry, Pleppo. Can't see her fingers. Still can't see her fingers. And
I'll hold up a mirror. And
there you go. That's Pleppo's fingers. Man, maybe we'll see her later in the show. We'll see. How was y'all's week?
Who are you speaking to now?
Both of y'all.
Oh, okay. This camera. So we're on this camera. Okay. My week was good. I don't think anything happened.
Like, you mean nothing happened for you?
I don't think so. I mean, not like things happened because a week passed and I was awake for some of it, but nothing. I don't think anything really big happened. So that's my week. Thank you for asking.
Topher, how was your week, Topher?
Well, so my computer died.
Shut up, really?
So I had to rush out and get a new one.
Oh, like dead, like R.I.P.
Not dead, but pretty much on death's door.
Where's death's door located?
Death's door
Which
is
part of
when
town?
the system fan fails,
Oh, wow.
and so there's no longer any cooling. So it's just
That's definitely death's door, yeah.
the CPU throttling you based on how hot it can get.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's a bummer.
I was due for a replacement laptop, so I went out and bought a fancy new Alienware.
Nice.
Yeah, you got one from the aliens.
Maybe
Latest stuff.
Topher was the one that was doing the drones over the weekend. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
If you've never seen this crazy show before, it's called Stacker News Live. I think it's delaying now. It's delaying.
It is. Wow, would you look at that? I don't think.
Keyan said earlier that it's probably going to delay. It's okay. Hey.
Yeah, Carr thinks he has a OpenAI supercomputer here sitting in front of him.
Hey, it's okay. The people that don't watch the live show will never.
He's gonna run AGI on his laptop.
We'll get one, but fix it in post. Anyways, if you've never seen this crazy show before, we cover the top 5 stories of the week on Stacker.news, the front page of Bitcoin. We're gonna dive into it right now. The
Splash.
The 5th top story of the week is nervously announcing I made a game. This is BXL 909 gaming territory, December 16th, 54 comments, 10,000 sats. Keyan, what is this?
Yeah, so he made hash droids, not to be confused with hemorrhoids, which you might do. But yeah, it's like the classic game asteroids, where you like move around, you shoot them. But it's themed with Bitcoin, and it has like Bitcoin stuff in it.
Oh, I can play it.
And it's actually it's well made.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I always like games like this.
that.
I prefer
Sorry.
it when I prefer the arcade style where you're at the bottom
Stackers, if you're hearing this on
of the screen, you just go left and right.
Podcast.
Personally, but
Oh, wait. I missed the mind block. Oh, there it goes. There's a Bitcoin. Oh, no.
so you can move forward, I believe, by pressing up, the up arrow. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think there's like different
This
controls.
is really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool.
Your scores in
Have you ever
Bitcoin?
thought of making games for Stacker News? Just like have a games territory?
We've thought about hiding games, like Easter egg games, where you're like in the saloon and you can like go in through a speakeasy and play a card game or something.
Good.
Yeah, but
be really good.
we have too much shit we already haven't done. So
It'd be very Austin of you to do something like that.
I think a speakeasy is geographically
Dispersed.
yes. I think it's a well
Topher, did you play the game?
established thing.
Yeah, I'm getting sucked into a black hole right now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's actually really easy. You just drive right into it.
Just drive right into the black hole. Are you driving like a Tesla Hummer? What are they called? Cybertruck?
Cybertruck.
Tesla
Collab.
triangle here.
Cool.
This delay is fucking me up. It's like,
Don't look at it.
all right, fine.
We'll fix it in post. Cool. The next top story, number 4 top story is 100K sat bounty. Help me regain access to my Start 9 server. This is from the wild hustle, baby. December 17th, Bitcoin territory, 34 comments, 2,115 cents. Keyan, what's the hustle complaining about this week?
Well, he's not known for complaining. So this isn't, just one complaint that he's made. Anyway, it looks like he can't really access his Start 9. He said it had been offline for a long time. He tried to bring it back online.
That sucks.
I think he reflashed his hard drive, and then he reflashed the OS, and then he recovered from an existing drive. I'm guessing he's probably on a Raspberry Pi. And then he can't access his server. Like every time he logs in, it like immediately logs him back out. And so he's offering 100K sats for someone to help him figure out what the issue is or walk him through the issue. He should probably just contact Start 9. I think they have great customer service. It's like one of their main propositions as a company. It's like, we'll help you actually run a node. We'll help you be a Bitcoiner. It doesn't look like he found anyone to help him, so he didn't give anyone the money yet. But if any stackers are listening to this, Katie, if you know how to recover a Start 9, maybe Car can help you.
We'll see. We got a Curious. He says, are you able to log in through SSH or on the local console? Hustle says, I've been trying with the .local and with the root CA downloaded on my company computer, I guess. I don't know what that means. Comp. Tor hardly ever works. Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to troubleshoot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Got some helpful answers, got some AI answers.
Is Start 9 on Stacker News or no? Could you
They've done an AMA. Matt Hill has done an AMA. It was one of the more popular
maybe
AMAs.
somebody should just tag Matt Hill.
I doubt he comes on there very frequently.
No. There you go. Topher, you got anything for the hustle?
If he's listening, I mean, the people in the comments pretty much know what they're doing. You try to log in through SSH. That's like the next logical step. That's how you break into your machine, SSH. So I imagine that Start 9 has it enabled. I know Umbrel does. So I imagine Start 9 has it enabled as well. So you just need to log in that way, get into the guts.
So you can't just like flash it. Like you can't just like reflash it or.
He already reflashed the OS. He says there's probably some configuration thing that is, some expectation of the OS that he flashed onto his SD card existing on the drive that he connected to it, and that is causing some bug. And so, as Topher saying, he can SSH in the machine, but Start 9s are actually designed. They don't want you SSH into the machine unless you're an enthusiast. They explicitly say that on their documentation.
Oh wow!
They're supposed to be. They want to be customer support forward and help you figure out issues without you having to SSH into things and potentially lose money and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I would recommend doing. He said he contacted their support. Maybe he hasn't heard back from them yet.
Yeah, it's holiday break.
Could be it.
Well, hopefully they see this hustle. Feel free to clip it out and share it on the social media stuff. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Cool. The number 3 top story of the week is how to make an experimental mushroom seed. This is from OT, December 16th, DIY territory. 12 comments, 18,000 sats. Keyan, you guys making drugs on Stacker News now?
That's right. We made a drug that when you take it, you hallucinate your seed phrase.
Nice. Last week was
it's real invention.
This week was mushrooms. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have
I don't read anything. Keyan, what's this about?
We have our editorial host over here. What? Oh, yeah. So he's basically experimenting with different ways to hide a seed phrase, because he felt kind of weird about storing his seed phrase just on the washers and like exposed. Because he's like, if a Bitcoiner is searching, if I have a Bitcoin made, an evil Bitcoin made, who finds a bunch of washers together on a bolt, they're going to know it's a Bitcoin seed phrase. So how do I hide it more effectively? I turn it into an inconspicuous object. And so what he did was he took metal epoxy, shaped it into a mushroom, wrapped his seed phrase in the metal epoxy, painted it, and stored it in his yard for 2 weeks. And then he successfully recovered the seed phrase.
Dude, that's totally gonna get stolen, dude.
Well, it's not the green. It's not the green one. The green one's
not
the
the green.
light.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the one behind it
Oh,
that
that's the one
looks.
behind it. Oh, that's smart. No
that
one's
looks
gonna
like
take
a
that.
rock.
Okay, that's good. Maybe a
Yeah.
dog will pee on it, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's like the duff of mushrooms.
I was like, I looked at that green thing. I was like, oh man, young car would have totally ran into that thing and took it. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's really fun when people try to find weird ways to store their seed phrase.
Smashed it. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
He broke it open. I think we had a story a few years ago where a guy modified an N64 cartridge and put his seed phrase at the end of the game. Like
That's
I think
so cool.
I think you had to like win the game or something, and then at the end of the like in the credits or something, you could get the seed phrase.
What's an interesting place that you would store a seed phrase, Keyan?
I've wanted to do it on a cassette, like a cassette tape,
And just record yourself saying the
in
words?
spoken
Oh,
words.
that's smart too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
smart.
thought that'd be fun. But really, you just
Topher, you got anything?
don't want to do that.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh wow.
You got to take that secret to the grave.
Well, not the actual way.
Not the
Just
actual, just like some good.
crazy ways that you've thought of doing it.
Apparently, Topher's.
Crazy ways?
Yeah, what's the
I would
craziest
think like
way?
a cool way to do it is to have some sort of formula to where you would take a book and you apply this formula to a book, and that formula will allow you to pick out what the seed words would be. So
I
you would have just
see.
like an inconspicuous book, and then you would use that formula to extract the seed phrase from the book.
Would you write the book, or would you have to? You would have the book that you wanted to use, and then you would from that book create the formula.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Or you would have the formula so that you could apply it to any book. Because I haven't thought too deeply on this, but you have the alphabet, or the what would you call it? You have all the words for bit 39, and so you could do something like the first encounter, so like you figure out how you pick like the first word, how many pages you go forward.
I see.
And then you start looking for the first word that is within the lexicon of BIP39 seed
I
words.
see.
And so there's some formula you go through
That could be applied generically to any book.
to any book. Preferably a book that is reliably printed exactly like
I
each
see.
and every time.
Like-
Because if anything changes
Like the
in
Bible.
book, well, that would actually be terrible.
Well, like one specific print of the Bible.
I guess King James
Yeah.
would I mean, there's a bunch of different versions, but I that gets into like how reliable is like the text within a book.
Yeah.
That's some text that's like it's well established what the text is, but does that mean each publisher will print that text exactly? Will they like have some sort of editorial freedom to make changes that they feel like they can
or
get
just
away
swap
with making?
pages or sections. You're screwed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might be a terrible idea. to
Oh,
do
it
this.
sounds like the worst idea. It sounds like a great way to lose your
I
Bitcoin.
think it would be. I think everybody has their own way of doing it, because it sounds like Topher would do it his way, and you would probably do it a way. I would do it my way, and I think to find out how somebody would do it, just like find out what that person is into, and then you'd probably find out how they would have their seed phrase. I would imagine.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think anyone should be doing anything like this to hide a seed phrase. I think you should just
Like with the mushroom and stuff?
use
You should
multi-sig.
totally be doing something like that.
No, you should be using multi-sig,
Yes.
and
Well, I mean, yeah, do that too, but you should have some Bitcoin with crazy stuff like this.
yeah, you can do
Put
a
it in
small
store-
party or stack.
Put it in a storage space, like just rent a storage space, like somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and pay $100 a month, and then throw your seed phrase in there, right? Shit like that.
Yeah, I believe Bitcoiners who have a lot of Bitcoin, rather than just like one multi-sig, they
But
break it up
it's like a
among.
break in case of emergency place, right? You know.
Yeah, it's like your go bag, but it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin
Yeah.
because you don't really
I didn't
need
even think about that. Leave your go bag in there too, so you have your go bag and you have your.
just filled with
Some,
these
like-
metal epoxy mushrooms.
Dude, it's totally like
It'll throw 'em off the
Totally like
scent.
Breaking
Like,
Bad.
why does he have a
totally
bag?
like Breaking Bad,
Why
but
does he
without
have
the
a bag
cash.
of mushrooms?
Oh man, this is great stuff.
Fill it into a rocket and send it to the moon.
Yeah, and then when you're then you'll really never be able to spend your Bitcoin.
To the moon.
There you go. I hit my nose. Cool. We're going to jump into the second top story of the week. Bitaxe finally arrived. This is from Undisciplined, December 19th. Bitcoin mining territory. 117 comments, 3,130 sats. This is number 2. Keyan. What's this?
This is so Undisciplined is going for mining, like a home mining setup, and this is one of the popular ways currently to do a home mining setup is to buy a Bitaxe, which is this open source hardware and firmware, I believe, for doing your own mining. And I think we have one of them in the lab here, and Nick has.
EK said mining Bitcoin without KYC, sending it straight into a KYC wallet.
Yeah, he's mining to a Strike wallet, but you got to start somewhere. And
It's just funny how EK just said that.
yeah, it is a good one. He whipped him good. So he has a Bitaxe Gamma, and he's just I think he's mining through Ocean, and he understands that with Ocean you can create your own block templates. So he's looking forward to doing that and participating in
Nice.
contributing to the decentralization of mining. And but he doesn't run a Bitcoin node yet. So in order to make your own block templates, he would have to run his own Bitcoin node. But he says he plans to get there, and he might start solo mining because he's only making I think he said in here 66 sats a day.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Probably not accounting for electricity either.
I mean, it's not like you make more on Stacker News, but still pretty good though. Right.
Yeah, but it's cool. Really cool to do. I mean, this is like a nice desk ornament, and if enough plebs put one of these on their desks, I did the math a while ago. If we have 700 million plebs, put a Bitaxe Gamma on their desk and mine with the Bitaxe Gamma, they will have 50% of the hash power. If the hash, but the hash power would go up obviously as those went online, but. You get the point. Like we would match the current hash rate that exists on the Bitcoin network with just 700 million plebs running these things. It's pretty awesome.
Topher, didn't you get a Bitaxe or something like that?
I have a couple that are still in the mail
Oh, so you're having the
hopefully
same
they'll get
problem.
here
You're having the same problem
for
too.
Christmas. Yeah, they were sold out pretty much everywhere I looked. So I bought them off some shady dealer on Amazon.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I really want to get my hands on one.
Yeah, there's this white box one that Nick has. That one's 150. But it takes I think it's this one.
I call it the.
Which one is it called, Brendan?
I think it was.
like something else.
I call it the bitch hands miner because
No,
Nick
it's not
says that
this
he
one.
warms his hands with it because his hands get cold when he's programming.
That one. There's another one. Do you remember the name of that one, Topher?
Which one?
The one that Nick has?
Oh, the white one?
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah, I forget.
Well, should I go look?
It's like Kanan. It's something Kanan.
Yeah.
Bitch hands miner.
Yeah, I think it's I was looking at it the other day. That's what. Just have a K or C. Kanan.
3 stands for bitch hands.
Avalon 3. Wow. Oh, it's this one right here.
It is the
Look at
Kanan
that. You can get it.
Avalon.
You can get it on AliExpress for. Oh well, never mind. That's not the same one. Hang on, let me go back. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, so it's 99. Now it's sold out. Never mind. It wasn't the other day.
It does 4 terahash apparently, which is pretty freaking good. Most of these only do like 1.2, 1.3.
But yeah, it's basically these right here. And the Avalon Nano, I think. Yeah, I think it's this one. This is it. It's
Be
quiet.
nice for a terrarium.
I mean,
You
it's
have a
quiet.
pet lizard or something.
He says it gets
Yeah.
like 200 sats a day. 150 to 200 sats, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more like I think it's like a hobby mining thing, and then you could lottery mine on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, good stuff. There you go. Cool. And that's the number 2 story of the week. We're about to get into the number 1 story of the week. But before we do that,
Oh no.
we're gonna do this new segment called Coob Tries This. Before we get into the number 1.
I did not agree to this segment.
So today Coob is trying this peanut butter date, which has it's not drugs, Keyan, so you don't get drugs.
What the heck, man?
But it's a 1 medjool date filled with peanut butter, and it has a date in the middle. Snackers. You
I
wanna
think
try
it'll be great. You should try it instead.
You want to try it? Okay, she doesn't want to try it. Topher, you want to try the other one?
Sure.
Okay, so Topher and Keyan are going to try this new segment that we're calling Coob Tries This. There you go.
I don't want to
Before we
do
get
it.
into the number 1 story of the week, here it goes.
I didn't agree to this.
Come on, you got to try it.
You talked to my agent. It's not in the
What?
contract.
Come on, this is for the stackers. Stackers. Keyan, you have to try it.
I'm not going to try it.
What? This is a segment.
I'm not going to try it.
We were talking about this. Did you try
We
it?
didn't talk about this at all.
Did you try this last week?
Cut to Topher.
Oh, I was having
we go.
fun just
All right,
crinkling.
yeah. All right, so try it, Topher.
ASMR.
All right, maybe we'll bring
it's a date
maybe we'll bring in
full
Topher every week.
Yeah.
Topher tries this.
There we go. I like that segment.
What is that?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What does it taste like? Chocolate?
Thinks it's pretty
It
good.
literally tastes like a date with
And peanut butter.
There you go.
Surprise. Wow.
So would you give it 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down?
One thumb up.
There you go.
Maybe not 2. It's kind of, you can't really taste much of either. Like each flavor kind of cancels each other out. So you don't really know what you're eating. Like if you serve this to me blindfolded,
You wouldn't know what it was.
I would be kind of weirded out.
Oh, wow. There you go. Well, that's this week's Coob Tries This, but Coob didn't try this, so it was just Topher tried this.
Coob dodged the bullet.
Tune in next week for Car trying to force feed me something new.
Yeah, we'll
And
do
then
it.
watch me say no.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Teaching
we'll, see.
valuable lessons to people.
We'll try it again and see if he'll also say no again. Maybe
I'll always say no.
maybe it'll be one where you say yes, and that'll be the time where we're
Like I wouldn't
"Whoa."
mind eating this. This sounds good, but I'm not going to eat something on demand.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
where I draw the line.
Dang. I think we seeped into something, Stackers. I didn't realize there's a
That's right.
hidden spot there that's
Yeah.
touchy. Okay.
You,
well,
you touched my rash.
oh, wow. I didn't even realize. I'm sorry. A touchy spot there. Okay. No, we'll leave it alone. We didn't know that spot existed, but we'll stop touching it.
Go ahead, keep touching my rash. Gar.
Segment is killed just like that, Jana. All right, we're going to get to number 1 story of the week. The number 1 story, can you believe it? Bitcoin versus the world. How big is BTC's network compared to other large networks? This is December 19th from Super Testnet. 20 comments, 5,237 sats, Bitcoin territory. Keyan, what is Super doing now? Is he trying to take over the world?
No, I don't think so. I think he just had another one of his wacky ideas. Losing my voice, but he's trying to see how big Bitcoin's network is compared to other networks that he can find numbers for. And so he said there are, I think it's the largest one that he looked at was electrical transmission, and he said there were 210,000 electrical transmission substations. And then he just goes down the list, kind of they're sorted by big to small. And Bitcoin's, at the top, I think it's top 4 among the ones that he chose. And then at the bottom, you have Ethereum, which is smaller than even Tor's network. And And there were a few, I think, that other people mentioned in the comments. I think,
Couriers.
yeah, banks, couriers, food franchises, which is like kind of like a food network.
The Swift network. Yeah, I guess the Swift network would be. Yeah.
Gas
Probably the
stations.
biggest. I wonder what the biggest network is. Maybe it's the stars.
Oh, bro. You blew my mind, bro.
Maybe it's the stars.
Oh, is it? It might, yeah, that might very well be. The biggest network is in
The
your-
human body.
Yeah, we could
Through veins.
smokable, and that's Joe Rogan's answer.
Interesting. Did you? What do you think about this? Do you think it's?
I think it's.
worthy of being number one post of the week or no?
I think people like Super, and he comments back, and so people are gonna zap Super because they like Super. But yeah, I think it's I think it's fun. I think a lot of people like the comparison. It puts things in perspective. Because we hear the how many Bitcoin nodes there are, but maybe that's not many nodes. Because relative to other numbers we're familiar with, like $36 trillion of national debt, or 300 million people in the United States, or 8 billion people in the world, 66,000 seems kind of small. But when you compare it to other types of networks, 66,000 is actually pretty big and pretty well decentralized.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Don't forget anything.
It's plain asteroids, hemorrhoids. Bust them.
So, does he list how many Bitcoin nodes are in existence?
66,000 is the
says right
estimate.
here, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 66,000.
Yeah.
I think that's only known Bitcoin nodes, or nodes that report. I think it's
Yeah.
a much higher number than that.
Really.
Yeah, it's got to be at least double that number.
Who's his source? Okay, so he's not just grabbing it from like ChatGPT or anything. He's pulling it from like trusted sources. It sounds like.
Yeah, BitNodes is what most people use for this.
Yeah. So is this is a voluntary thing where your node reports to the site?
I don't think you're
Or is
volunteer.
it crawling the?
It's
peer-to-peer
crawling.
network?
It's crawling peers, but I think you have to be. I think you have to be accepting incoming connections, maybe, to be included in this count.
Yeah. So if you already have your peers maxed out, then you're not going to get crawled by this necessarily. So also, if you have your peers manually set, which a lot of important nodes are going to probably have that set up, so they're not vulnerable to this thing called an eclipse attack.
Yeah, it looks like United States and Germany are primarily where all the nodes are being ran.
I think a lot of those are in data centers too.
France.
He describes the methodology on here somewhere.
Yeah, look, France. So that's definitely like async, right? Finland. Canada, really?
Yeah, Germany has a lot of Bitcoiners in it.
And does this include Tor?
Stacker News.
Russia too.
For Stacker News, Germany was like the second largest country for a long time.
Oh yeah, they have Onion there.
It's probably because they need it the most. It's probably the countries, as you can tell here, are probably the ones that are being mistreated. In order.
Well, I mean, if it we went by mistreatment, we'd probably see Africa and like more South American countries. I think it's probably
where's Africa
coupled
at?
with like bad governments and
Well, they just don't have internet over there, right?
Internet.
Isn't that a thing?
yeah, I think it's the main thing. But look at Mexico,
Well, they have internet there.
your people, Car.
So yeah, it looks like NA. What does that mean?
I don't know where Iran is on here.
So France, Finland, Netherlands,
Probably
Canada,
nowhere.
UK, Russia, Singapore, Australia, Japan, Spain,
Malta.
yeah, even Korea, and then China.
Korea.
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, that's fascinating. It's a fascinating rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
And that's all the top stories of the week, Snackers. That was the number one top story. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like since we've done this, there's probably been 1 week where we had like some amazing 5-1 going backwards. What do you think?
You've done the 5-1 backwards before?
We've done it like 4 weeks in a row, and I feel like it's not living up to it. It's not living up to the hype, but we'll keep going. Keep going in reverse. As long as Coob wants to do it.
It's the holidays. People are.
Not posting. Yeah, is
Yeah,
Stacker
just kinda
News
spending time with their
quieter
family.
this time of year, Keyan?
I don't really know. It doesn't seem greater or lesser than usual. Most of these stories this week though were not. They weren't really links, things that happening really much outside. Stackers seem to value more original content. They tend to zap it more.
Then just like news.
I think so. It's an interesting phenomenon.
Cool. Well, we're gonna jump into my favorite part of the show, Keyan's top stories. Keyan, what's this?
Oh yeah, I thought this was cool. So Rizful's a new service. They allow you to spin up a Lightning node fairly effortlessly. And they call themselves disposable Lightning nodes. So you just spin it up and,
wow.
they don't expect you to use it
Are
forever.
they on Stacker News too?
They are on Stacker News.
Interesting. Look, a GIF that explains how all this stuff works. They're listening, finally. That's amazing.
Yeah, so they have a guide and,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's a lot like Albi Hub, but, I think maybe it gives you a little more control over the knobs, I think, and stuff, and it's designed to be disposable. Albi Hub is I think more designed to be forever, but they offer you the same kind of stuff, like a Lightning address, NWC.
Receive lighting.
And
Nice.
so Darth Coin wrote a guide about, he discovered the service on Stacker News and he wrote a guide about it, or told them he's going to write a guide about it. And this is the guide he wrote where he's like, this could be perfect for traveling if you just want to spin up a node really quickly. And he describes what you do. I like his approach. You buy an inbound channel. You have another Lightning node that you're running because if you're Darth Coin, you're probably running several. And then you push funds through that inbound channel to your Rizful node.
Smart.
And now you have this temporary node that you can access from your phone using something like Albi Go, which is like a mobile app that allows you to connect to
That's
any
smart.
node through NWC strings. And now you can spend your Lightning abroad without
Really?
carrying around creds for your more permanent node. And pretty
Topher,
sweet.
what do you think about that?
It reminds me. It's a different thing, but it reminds me of Mutiny Wallet, where they had this feature called Redshift, where you would move Bitcoin from you'd create two Lightning nodes, you'd create a Lightning channel between two temporary nodes. You would deposit Bitcoin into one node, transfer it over Lightning to the other node, and then close the channel.
This
So
is
it's like a
really
way
cool,
of,
actually. This should have been the top story of the week.
Cycling
we
through.
have moving
offense, Super, but
sats
this should have been
and
the top story of the week. This is
breaking
amazing.
deterministic links, maybe washing.
Oh wow!
some,
Look at
human
that.
history.
Breaking the shackles of big tech. Wow, these are my kind of people.
Yeah, but that seems like a really cool service.
Trying
Yeah.
out Nostr Wallet
Maybe the
Connect.
spiritual successor to Redshift.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Raspy Blitz. Has that kind of vibe.
Oh, definitely aesthetically. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see where you're drawing that from. He uses monospace fonts.
Oh yeah, monospace all the way.
Yeah. Programmer's dream.
Look at this.
They have a guide for connecting it to Stacker News as well.
Who made this? Or are they just not dox themselves?
You can
Do they have
contact them.
DMs?
They DM me.
They have
I've
names?
talked to them before.
Email Wristful, chat with Wristful. Cool. This is amazing,
Really
guys.
nice guys.
Amazing. Keep up the fantastic work.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna check this out.
yeah.
Look at that. Your home base for Zaps, high performance, online 24/7, disposable, no big tech, built for education, ready to use. You can even connect this to like Amethyst too if you're running like graphene.
You can.
And then Zaps are enabled.
You can if you're running any Android phone, you could run Amethyst and
Yeah, you can
use
just
one of
run-
these.
This could be like your graphene.
I don't know if these I think they might be free to spin up these nodes for now, and you're just paying for channels. Possibly, I'm not sure yet.
I hope so. Like, I mean, that's like all the battle, at least for people like me.
Is to pay?
No, it's just to get some liquidity, just to like get some inbound and maybe a little bit of outbound, mostly inbound.
Yeah, I think their business model is purely providing inbound channels. That's what it looks like, at least.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Pretty
Man, good
awesome.
pick. Good job, Darth. Man, we gotta zap him.
We're still on Topher, by the way. We're just watching
let me
Topher.
switch. Sorry. Jeez,
watching you
jeez,
browse.
calm down. Guy's a camera hog. Two things we found out today, Jana. Camera hog and
Don't tell me what to do, Mom.
Don't tell me what to eat. Now we're learning. Hey, this is how we grow. Coob. Cool. The other one that you want to talk about was your meta stuff this week. What's going on here?
Well, I didn't want to talk about it. It's just we usually talk about it. We could stop talking about it, but we did a release where we improved rewards. So rewards had been kind of like broken for 8 months since we did Million Sat Madness. We hadn't touched them because we'd just been working on the wallets. But I finally got to, because we're done with wallets more or less, I finally got to go back and we made them good again. And we also added remote signing with nostr so that you can log in with holding your key on another app on another device remotely. And then we also fall back receiver wallets. So we do this for sender wallets. In priority order, we try your receiver wallets, and whichever one succeeds first, that's the one we provide a non-custodial SAP to. Yeah, that's our release. Yay.
So explain for me, for the dumb plebs out there. I'm one of them. So does that mean I need to do anything on my side? Because I don't want to go towards like.
You don't want to be non-custodial. You love a.
I mean, it's not that. It's just that for Stacker News, I'm here for community and for alpha.
Vibes. Yeah.
Alpha. And I said that from the very beginning. I told you that when we first met. Like, that's what I really loved about Stacker News. And I think
I
that's
wrote it down.
That's what really, I think, makes Stacker News great. But I do see the value in having, like, sats and all that stuff. So can I not do anything there and just leave everything to roll over to credits or what?
Yeah, you can not earn real Bitcoin when you get zapped. That's your choice. And you're basically, when someone zaps you, you're buying a Stacker News gift card, and you can spend it on Stacker News. That's basically what Cowboy credits are. And so we don't mind that. We prefer you to earn real sats. We don't want you to have a Stacker News gift card.
And then as far as the territory, so how would that work? So if Pleb Lab does the same thing, does all those sats that sit on there, can that be used to pay territory?
Indeed.
dues?
Cowboy credits allow you to pay Stacker for anything you normally pay sats to Stacker News for. You can pay Cowboy credits for. So posting costs, comment costs, boost, paying for territory fees, donating, all of those can be paid for with Cowboy credits.
Okay, so
Yeah, the only thing you can't do with Cowboy credits is withdraw them. But you can send them to other stackers, but they never turn into sats.
so you'll have two balances is what you're saying. You'll have a Cowboy credits balance and a Zap balance or Sat balance.
You'll have a SAT balance strictly from what you earn from rewards or territory revenue, because that's paid from us, so we can give you sats for that and hold it for you until you withdraw it. But if you don't have a receiving wallet attached, when you're zapped, you can only earn Cowboy credits from your zaps. That's
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then you have a lot of here. Let me go here real quick. I had to sign in. But as far as the different options that are there for non-custodial wallets, can you just run down really quickly? What are they? Just for the stackers at home.
Yeah, I think we have. We plan to add a lot more, but I think we have 7 right now. We have NWC, which is symmetrical. You can do either send or receive or both with NWC. We have Lightning address. We have LN bits. We have Phoenix D. We have Blink. I think we have one more that I'm forgetting. Core Lightning. Lightning Node Connect, which is a way to connect to LND nodes. LND connection via Macaroon. And we're going to add more. We'll add Bolt 12 within a week or two. ZBD through a dev account, which is probably a hack that they'll ban us for. Yeah, we're just going to keep going. And that's one part of the UX we haven't really refined too much. So we plan to make that a lot easier to like add wallets. Right now it's like you kind of have to know what you're doing, I think, to successfully do it, or read a guide from someone that does know what they're doing. But our plan is to really get the UX on that solid. But those are your options right now. And
So it sounds like to me there's a way to connect like a voltage node right now in its current implement or current construct that you have for wallets.
yes, you can connect a voltage node to receive via macaroon. They probably have a guide for you doing that somewhere. If you have a voltage node Lightning address, that might be a lot easier, and you could just use.
But will that still be able to receive?
That'll receive sats, but to zap sats, you'll need the ability to send. And so I don't know what voltage provides that allows you to send. If they allow you to run a nostr relay and provide a NWC string.
Okay, so it sounds like maybe just for the territory, like for blah blah, maybe just setting up the node is probably the way to go then for the receiving sats maybe.
If you want, it's mostly zaps. It's really strictly zaps. That's the only thing.
Because right now I feel like they sit there in the balance, right? So that's going away, is what you're saying.
No, that balance will still be there. So whatever balance you currently have on Stacker News, that'll stay as a sats balance that you can withdraw. You just you'll no longer be able to zap that balance to other people. And when you try to zap, and you don't have a wallet attached, what we'll do is we'll turn those sats into Cowboy credits and send those to the receiver. And so they'll receive Cowboy credits.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
I think it'll be clearer once it launches. People are, I think, overcomplicating it a bit, but it's basically, we can't let you send Bitcoin that we're holding custodially for you to another stacker. So we turn them into Cowboy credits when you try to send them. If we can't do it non-custodially for you. That's it. It's just zaps. Those are now Cowboy credits.
Okay, I think I got it. Cool. I think you answered all the questions that I had. Anybody else have any questions?
I don't think anyone's.
Just shout out to NIP46.
Shout out NIP46.
What's NIP46, Topher?
It's a way to do remote signing. So I'm not too familiar with the BIP or NIP, but I read about it a little bit beforehand because I'm working on something that's going to work with remote signing. And so there's like a bunch of different proposals out there, but and I didn't know which one to go with, but it seems like consensus is around NIP46.
Yeah.
Remote signing.
Yeah,
And
people
so,
really like it.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that it's being integrated into Stacker News because it kind of signals to me that, okay, we're consolidating around this NIP to do remote signing, which is like a really important thing, I think, in Nostr.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. There you go. You got anything else on this? Cool.
No, I was done. I was done a couple minutes ago. Do you want to eat the steak?
I love the thing about a relationship is I love when you do these types of things.
Oh, and I'm like boiling.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Because, like,
It's just so attractive to me.
Yeah, people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets them all
Yeah.
juicy.
Yeah. It's our relationship. Okay, cool.
It's private.
Next top. Oh, no, actually, this is my top story. Or one of the biggest stories, I think, this week that everybody's covering, but no one's going to say it like Car. So here we go. The IMF bought El Salvador into submission. Bitcoin's no legal tender anymore. This is from Fabs, one of my favorite stackers this year. 64 comments, 673 cents. Keyan, did you hear about this groundbreaking news? This is what caused the price to go down, apparently.
Oh, according to who?
According to me.
Oh, okay.
Calling it early.
I didn't realize you were that tapped in to price, but movements. Yeah, so the IMF basically went to El Salvador and they're like, "Hey, bros, we have a bunch of money. You know, we have a bunch of money. We've given you money before, bros. Here, if you want more money from us, you got to do these things." And so the El Salvador's like, "Bro, really? And then the IMF's like, yeah, bro. And so the IMF basically was like, yeah. And then Bukele's like, okay, fine, bro. And so what they did is they're going to remove the legal tender law. Or no, they're going to remove the ability to pay taxes, citizens to pay taxes in Bitcoin, and then the obligation that businesses accept Bitcoin as legal tender. And then in return, the IMF is going to give them $1.4 billion. And then, the IMF is also promising, bro, we have like a bunch of friends, bro, like the World Bank. They also have lots of money, bro, and they're going to give you money too, bro. And so that's like, they're like sweeten the pot for them. And now this is where we're at. But apparently it doesn't change a whole lot other than you can't pay your taxes in Bitcoin anymore. And businesses aren't obligated to accept Bitcoin, and they're going to sell off the Chivo wallet. So basically El Salvador is no longer running a Bitcoin wallet, Bitcoin infrastructure for the citizens. So it doesn't seem that bad.
I think it is bad. I'll tell you why. I think it's just showing that he's bending the knee, and that a knee can be bent. Because don't get me wrong, I believed him. I really did believe that he was actually going to take it all the way. But after seeing this, now I realize that I think you're right, Keyan. I think kind of like what Michaela, what was that guy? The one from Argentina.
Oh,
Malay. I think Malay's right. I think when you do stuff like this, you're going to piss a lot of people off, and you kind of have to. You have to pick your spots on what you want to do, and this is him making sure that he doesn't piss off the wrong people. Because I think if he would have said no to this deal, they probably would have came after him at that point. I
don't think it's that at all. I think it's more carrot than stick, and I think
on the surface, yeah, but I think there's ramifications to this because it sets a precedent that we're willing to deal with the IMF, and he's been anti-IMF, World Bank, anti-fiat currency for the entire time that I've been watching him. And I think at this point, for me personally, I don't see a point of going to El Salvador now. Like, what's the point? Like, it's supposed to be a Bitcoin country. Doesn't look like a Bitcoin country to me anymore. I feel like Texas looks more like a Bitcoin country to me now.
Well, so. I mean, this actually puts them on even footing, more or less, I guess, from a country standpoint. Although Bukele's spoken at Bitcoin conferences, and the government is mining Bitcoin, and they have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, and they're still planning on continuing to do that. And they have a Bitcoin czar. So I think they're probably still more Bitcoin than even Texas is, at least from a government point of view. But not that matters a whole lot. But yeah, I think that, and if you think about it from the perspective of leverage negotiation wise, I think it's worked out really well for Bukele. Like if maybe Bukele is playing 4D Spanish chess, and
it's just normal chess.
And I know, but and he knew that the IMF would come to him, the IMF would give him more money if he was doing something they didn't like. That would it's like something that they can ask for that he can easily pull back. Doesn't care if he pulls back, but they'll pay for it.
So they also did something where he can't buy as much Bitcoin as he wanted to before. So he has to pull back on the Bitcoin purchases. And I think that's what's really, the reserve. So it says here, banks, the potential risk of Bitcoin project will be diminished significantly in line with fund policies. For the public sector, engagement in Bitcoin-related economic activities and transactions and in purchase of Bitcoin will be confined. So he has to pull back on actually purchasing Bitcoin for the Salvadorian government. I don't know, man. It just looks like a really bending the knee to the IMF for fiat currency. I hope he does the right thing and either invested in Bitcoin infrastructure or he just buys Bitcoin and disregards this policy and just takes the hits at some point. But to me, on the surface, it's a total. It's like, gosh, man. You were there. You were almost there. But I guess if he would have said no, who knows what the consequences would it be for something like... Because at this point, if he would have said no, or maybe he was saying no the entire time, I don't know. But it just looks like... wow, there's a lot of ads on Bitcoin, man. magazine. I just think there's just a lot. Yeah, I just think it's like sucks. It just sucks, man.
It's definitely a rug pull, I think, for anyone that was.
It's just a bookend to the beginning. Like, I feel like this chapter of like El Salvador has ended for me personally when I look at like as far as like it was a Bitcoin country in 2020 when this was happening, and then now feels like, okay, that chapter is closed, so let's just move on. But I haven't heard from the Kaisers. I would like to know what they're thinking, because
they tweeted about it.
Oh, they did. What did they say?
Well, they said here's what is actually happening, and so it's still going to be legal tender. El Salvador's still going to be buying Bitcoin, etc. The volcano bonds are still a go. All of this is still a go. It's just these handful of things that have changed. That's what she said. Stacey Hubert.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of conflicting statements here.
Yeah, I mean, it says it inside the policy that they can't do that, Keyan.
Well, I didn't read it that way. I think they said that they have to change some ways, and they likely will have to change it, because I believe it's like this is like a grant system that operates at the globe level, where they have to do progress reports, and if they're not buying what the IMF wants them to buy and doing what the IMF wants them to do with the money and doing the reforms that they want, I think they call the loan, is how I believe it works. And so they'll likely do whatever's in the deal. I also don't think it's fully inked yet. This is just that IMF announcement was a staff level agreement, meaning that it hasn't gone to like the IMF's board, which is probably a bunch of lizard people, and like who knows if they like those terms or not. I don't know.
What were you going to say, Topher?
Oh, well, Stacy says that Bitcoin will remain legal tender, and people are citing a quote from the IMF website, an article that they published, which basically says the opposite. So, who's correct?
I mean, Stacy's part of the government. She could be.
Yeah, she says that she is an official source, and so.
So it sounds like they're saying that this is not true, that there's all.
It sounds like Stacey's on the outside. If she's having to use a source within the government, she's not the source herself. She's not part of these talks, so she might not fully understand what's going on.
Safer. Just move to Texas. We'll make this Bitcoin country. Whoa! What happened here?
You switched to your other camera.
That was a gigantic.
Dude, we had 3 cameras. It's a real sitcom.
That was crazy.
3-cam show.
That's enough for this segment. Let's get into the next story I had was Elon Musk wanted an OpenAI for profit. Did you see this? So the timeline of events kind of go back to 2015. And it talks about how Elon was the first money in for the nonprofit for OpenAI. Then it goes into how the conversation switched quickly from nonprofit to for-profit for OpenAI. Elon is currently suing OpenAI. He's pulling and then suing and then pulling. So there's a lot of back and forth. Apparently, this guy here has been swamped in the mud back and forth, and he's getting tired of being pushed through the mud. And now they're actually talking about some of the stuff, and they're reading receipts from their emails, text messages. It's a whole drama, Keyan.
I know. It sounds like you're Team Altman, though.
No, I'm just reporting the news, and it's completely just like it's all out there. But what's fascinating is the Free Press lady, she just had him on, and she asked him point blank about all this stuff, and he goes and explains it. But he still talks nice about Elon. Doesn't really fight him, but he calls him a bully. But he doesn't think that Elon is like evil or anything like that. But
no, he thinks he's like a narcissist. He says he's very clever, and so he from what I've heard him say, he'll do is he'll make a shit sandwich where he'll like say a few nice things about Elon and make you think that he's a very nice person, has a lot of respect for Elon, and then he'll throw in there that Elon wants to be the guy, that he needs to be in charge, that he can't let things, he'll just start, but I respect Elon a lot. He's done a lot for the world. I love SpaceX. I love Tesla. And he just makes like the biggest shit sandwich you've ever seen. And you eat it or not. And I think this blog post is an attempt for him to push around public like sentiment, which is, Elon is doing himself on X. So nothing against, doing that. But I don't think we'll see the full picture until they come head to head and maybe a trial that gets a little bit of like coverage. Because if you're forming this blog, you're not going to say anything that incriminates you. You're going to say the things that make your case better. It's not like he released all the documents. This isn't like the Twitter files or WikiLeaks or something where he released every text message they ever sent. He sent the ones that support his point of view.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fascinating. I can't wait for the TV movie. The Hulu movie. Oh, hang on. Here you go. There you go.
I listened to an interview with Peter Thiel today.
Uncommon Knowledge. Oh, Rick Rubin. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he talking to Rick Rubin?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was kind of talking about the early days of PayPal, and that was interesting. There you go.
Oh.
That's all you got. I thought you were going to drop something a little more. Anyways.
I thought I was too, but
Topher, you got anything?
I would love to see the receipts on the claim that Elon wanted to turn OpenAI into a for-profit.
I think it's
Because that goes against everything that he said. And that doesn't make any sense because it was founded as a nonprofit for very specific reasons. Like I remember when OpenAI was still working on their version 2. And they were very clearly a nonprofit and always going to be a nonprofit. And so to suddenly say, Elon always wanted to turn this into a for-profit, I'd love to see the receipts on that.
I think they're misrepresenting what Elon's point of view in here, because what they're saying is that when Elon is telling them that they need to raise billions of dollars to make this actually work, they're basically massaging that to mean that Elon is telling them to go private, which he was not. He was just saying that the only way you're going to be able to compete with Google on AGI is by raising billions of dollars. He never said you need to turn yourself into a corporate entity. He's like, we can fold you into Tesla, things like that. But he wasn't relinquishing his right to what he earned of the nonprofit or anything like that, from what I can tell, which is kind of what the title implies and what the story they're trying to paint here, is that Elon told them to do this and he greenlit it.
No, this is
so scummy.
Yeah, this looks like one of those where it's just too many cooks in the kitchen, and they're all fighting over, who's gonna have control or not control, but who's gonna
rule the world when AGI hits.
It's just power. It's all power, and I don't know, man. It's business.
This is what hostile takeover of a company looks like. Yeah.
You think Elon's trying to take it over? Or
That's what Sam.
No.
That's basically what Sam implies.
I think Sam Altman is taking it over with help from people.
I see.
On the surface, Microsoft.
I think
Underneath the surface.
I think there's some.
You know who.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think the only thing I think was kind of weird on the other side of this was the where Elon was first money in, and then they didn't let that, and I could have this wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, Stackers, but they didn't let him convert that to the for-profit entity. So he gave I think it was $50 million to start up the whole thing. So he was first money in, but then he didn't let that. Then they spun up the for-profit LLC or whatever, and then that never he doesn't hold equity in the for-profit. That's kind of weird. And then Sam doesn't even own equity in the for-profit either. I guess through Sequoia or something, or through Y Combinator or something like that.
No. So there's a text message exchange in here where basically Sam says that they offered Elon
Oh, they did offer him though.
They explicitly offered it to him, but
Yeah.
Elon refused it. Is kind of what Sam's version of the events are. I think he was, Sam is saying he's relinquishing basically he relinquished all rights to any ownership, but I bet that it's not the full story at least. What was the other thing you said?
The other thing that's kind of weird though is like all these are happening through text messages and I just wonder like why, like, I don't know. I feel like some of this stuff should have just been handled over email and left an email. And then that way, if anything ever does get to court, it's all through, these normal channels. At least that's how at least I see it.
These people are normal people. And so
I mean, you could tell there was trust there between these two at some point, and that trust is gone. Anyways, it's good stuff though. It's good stuff.
tech drama.
Anything else
I don't know
on this? Topher, you got anything else on this? You're a big Elon fan, Topher.
It's just, I mean, it's the usual thing that you see when a company gets too valuable to be on its own. Outside forces come in and they take it over. Same thing happened to Google with Eric Schmidt. Same thing happened to a lot of other companies. Probably happened to MicroStrategy. Happens all the time. So, nothing new under the sun.
Yep. Great stuff. Okay, the other one I wanted to bring up was this one. So we had the Independent Music Summit here at the Commons last week. And, dude, there were so many people here during the day, like just not Bitcoiners, but random other people. And then on Monday, it was at Antone's. Dude, it was amazing.
Cool venue.
Did you guys go? Did you went, Topher, right? Did you
Oh,
end
yeah.
up going or no? Oh, you were there? Okay. It was cool. Okay. It was really cool. And then they had, look at that. Wow. Stacker News was there too. Look at that. Oh, go ahead.
I was excited to be there because it's nice to be around weird artists, and they're still weird, and that was a comfort to me. Sometimes you guys get a little bit too normal. That's all.
Heard that.
Cool.
Start wearing scarves.
But look at that. Stacker News. Stacker News was there, Keyan. What do you think about that?
We weren't there. Our hats were there, which is cool. And
There's somebody probably walking around in Austin that you know, wearing a Stacker News hat.
yeah, I think that's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I think I saw a few interviews online with just like musicians who were, learning about some of the stuff for the first time, and I thought that was really cool. So it did pull in normal people, which is great.
That was really cool. This was a really good band. Did you see this band, Jana? They're really good. This one, I forget their names. They're the cat ones. Yeah. Oh, really? They sound like Green Day.
I mean, he's got a long torso.
Drummer was really good. You can't see the drummer. Yeah, drummer was good. That's just Zaps. Boom. Anyways.
Was that Wallace Satoshi?
No, I think they're using did you see what they're using there?
Maybe Zeus?
Was it
Fountain? Oh, Fountain. Okay.
It looked like they had something that was built for Toonster.
Okay.
Yeah, because they had a TV in front of the stage, and there was a QR code, which I guess
cool.
rotated, so every new
Yeah,
there it
band
goes.
had
You
their
can
own
see
QR
it.
code.
Oh, yeah, so it's probably Toonster. It's a Toonster event.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could scan those QR codes, and you
Zap.
can tip sats, or you could zap.
Yeah.
And if you zapped, your comment would show up on screen, which is kind of cool.
It was cool. It was an awesome time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was awesome. I think at the end of the night, they had over 3 million sats.
Wow.
No, 5 million.
It was 5. It ended at 5.
Ended up being 5 million,
Damn.
yeah.
What's kind of weird is simultaneously as this event was going on, you had a bunch of people on Twitter posting about how the Lightning Network has failed.
Oh, really? They were saying that?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, people will do that. Okay. Anyways, that's all we got for this week. Let's jump into top stackers of the week. Or no. Yeah, top stackers of the week. Keyan.
This is
Look at that.
Yeah. So when we messed with the rewards, I unnerfed myself. So I had been nerfed for basically a
What does
year.
that mean?
Meant that I got less rewards than I'd like made myself unqualified for rewards. So these changes, they didn't unqualify me or EK. So I need to re-nerf us. But if we ignore EK and I,
What do you mean by nerf? What? I've never heard that before.
reduce our our ability to score.
Is that like a thing? Nerf?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a gamer term?
Yeah. It's like a Nerf ball, you know. That's where I think it comes from. It's like you're reducing it somehow. I'm not a gamer, but I know that term is valid. Gray Ruby, Undisciplined, rsync, Blockchain Boot, Desert Dave, South Korea LN.
Oh, I saw a stacker here last week too.
Oh,
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know they were a stacker. So there could be people here in Austin that are stackers, Keyan, that we just don't realize that they're the stackers that we know they are. If that makes any
all
sense.
those secret stackers.
Yeah,
Out there.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
For all we know, Darth Quinn could be in this room.
yeah. I have my vote,
Yeah.
whether that's true or not.
Anyways, let's jump into the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment. This is a segment that's taken the world by storm. It's even brought Brandon from Green Candle over here. He was like, you know what, Car? I want to move to Austin just so I can see this segment in real life. And now he's here in Austin looking at this segment because he wants to see if this hat is really that big. Apparently, it's a 15-gallon hat.
Is it 15 gallons?
No, that was like a 2-gallon hat. 2-gallon hat. No, maybe that's a 1-gallon hat. But most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment. Keyan, giddy on up.
Giddy up. Yeah. So I have the longest cowboy streak after Undisciplined, or after someone who's hiding. Then we have Undisciplined, 117, Blockchain Boog, TN Stacker.
Boog, dude, it's coming up.
Is coming up. Look at him.
TN Stacker.
Giddy up. Yeehaw. Gray Ruby in the list.
Who's still stacking after all these years? Who's that?
I don't know. He's been stacking a lot of years though.
Oh wow, he's a Gen Xer. Wow, look, I love this bio.
Big reader.
Big bio.
Big.
You really get a sense of who this person is. Some posts I've written. Wow, look at this. Flippo it. Dang. That's nice. Okay, sorry. Go for it.
Yeah, I love his. He shares cool links and stuff. Or they them.
So yeah, this is the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment. I don't see it, but
Wait, you flipped?
I don't see it. Topher, are you
supposed to be
are you looking at the
captured by
most
the
popular
audience.
segment in Bitcoin?
Cube is at the top of the leaderboards as always.
I'm at the top of this
There you
leaderboard
go.
as always. The other ones I'm not usually. at the top.
Where's Brandon? Where are you at on this? Candles. He said he needs to get up there. There you go. Not everybody can do this. Coob.
It's hard to be a cowboy. Some of us,
Let's
some of us
spotlight.
aren't born.
Let's spotlight the. There's Max. I just saw Max right there.
Look at him.
Let's spotlight the lowest one. Who's the 100th cowboy this week? Oh wait, does it not end?
Oh, it's the one vortex.
Wait, does it not end?
Probably not.
It just keeps going.
It's however many cow. Okay, there we go.
Oh, there it goes. Dan Marcus, you get zapped by Keyan right now. Keyan, zap him, Keyan.
Okay.
Here, I'm forcing you to zap now.
Absolutely not.
After I just forced you to eat, I'm gonna force you to zap.
You didn't force me to do shit.
Here, I'll zap him. I'll zap the.
That's right, Car. Zap him like I told you.
I'll zap him.
Do
Here.
do what
Let me
I
see if
tell
I can
you.
Let me see if I can bring up my Phoenix wallet. Send. See what I do for the show, Stackers. Trying to Wait, why won't it let me? Oh, there it goes. Cool. There it goes. Boom. How much should we get? How much should we send this person? I mean, it is a bull run. Let's do 1,000. 1,000 sats. There you go. This is. Look at this. Boom. This is live on SNL.
Everyone is
Yeah.
waiting.
The cowboy
Molly
segment.
did this.
Cowboy segment. Boom.
Eat a date. Peanut
There
butter.
you go. Boom.
Egg.
Just sent. Snackers verified. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Just sent. There you go. We'll start doing that every week. The last
Oh, you're probably up there a little higher.
the last cowboy of the week we'll send him some sats. Huh? I don't see you on here. Let's see if we can do one of these.
Oh, there you go. It's 87.
Oh, boom. 87. What happened this week for you? Did you just not hear it?
And I probably get a cowboy like every 2 days. So
not commenting this week? Or?
yeah, I wasn't commenting on much. There wasn't much going on. I mean, you noticed that.
Dear future me, it looks like you commented on that.
Yeah, that was good. I just read that while I was sitting here. There you go.
There we go.
Keyan?
Clap.
That's Stacker News this week. I feel like there's one more thing we got to cover. I think that's everything, right?
That's all that we do. Yeah. How are we spending the rest of it? What are you doing this weekend, Car?
I'm going home. I think I was telling you guys I'm going to take
Mexico?
a well-deserved break, head home, hang out with family, and hopefully on Sunday I'm going to get a chance to go fishing. I just want to throw out a line, catch some fish. I'll take a picture and post it on Stacker News if I do. Yeah.
What type of fish you catch out there?
I don't know. We'll see. When I was younger, it used to be like red and like perch, but hopefully it's a red, not a perch. We'll see. Maybe it might be a catfish. Either way, I'm eating it. If it's big enough, I'm going to eat it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, what are you doing this weekend, Kia?
Oh, I don't know. I think there's a art show thing, crafty art show thing. Club Poet knows what it is. That my wife went to, and I'm gonna probably go to that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like Austin artists. They like have a space, I think, every year around the holidays, and they sell like crafts. Oh, I
at
didn't
the
know
Palmer
that.
Center?
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
It
Oh,
used
that's
to
where
be
they do
smaller.
the record stuff, too. Yeah, they do the record swaps over there.
They'll do big thrift things there too. I've been to a big thrift
So
drive
next
there.
week's Christmas, right? And then the week after that's New Year's. Are they? No, they're separate. Yeah, I'm looking forward to in like 2 weeks is there's Free Week in Austin, so all the live music venues are free that first week in January. So there's one band playing Ringo Death Star. They're playing at the Mohawk. That's gonna be a packed show. Looking forward to that when I get back.
Ah, that sounds great.
Dude, it's gonna be so good.
So that's not this weekend though.
No, I think it's on the 2nd or 3rd or 4th. I forget what day it is, but it's whatever Saturday that is. But that's gonna be a badass show. I can't wait.
That sounds great. What type of music is it?
It's like I guess you could say like shoegaze. I guess you could say that, but they were like early with shoegaze stuff. You guys should definitely go. It's free. Yeah. I posted it on Slack.
You know my favorite shoegaze band?
What is it?
Soft Blue Shimmer. Check it out.
You heard it here first. Pick of the week. Keyan, Topher. We didn't ask you, Topher.
Yeah, Topher.
What? Or yeah, what are you doing this week? And then what's your favorite shoegaze band?
I'll answer those in reverse order. So favorite shoegaze band, I have no idea what that even is.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'll just go whatever Janice said.
Okay, it's Blue Shiver.
Yeah,
Something.
cool name.
Sounds about right.
Blue Shimmer. Isn't that like a drug from a RoboCop movie? Is that Shimmer?
Ooh,
Yeah.
is it?
Okay. It's like a drug-free drug experience.
When?
Okay. And what am I doing for the holidays?
Or this week, or this weekend.
Oh, flying out for the holidays.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 'cause Christmas is this weekend, right?
It's Tuesday, I think.
It's Tuesday.
No, Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You
so
Oh.
I don't know. Are we doing like a Christmas thing here?
I'll
For
be out of
people that
town.
are staying behind.
I'll be out of town.
I was thinking of getting a tree, like a little one.
Brandon,
little,
will be, Brandon and Keyan will be
Charlie
holding down
Brown
the
tree?
fort, I think. You're going to be
Yeah,
here, right, for the
yeah.
holiday?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think everybody else is leaving. I think Nick and Brandon and Keyan will be here.
That's right. Nick is staying.
Nick's gonna have the keys to my apartment, so you could
Oh, that's dangerous.
go crazy and have a party in there.
Okay. That's,
Wait, when are you getting
thanks for
back?
the offer.
What do you-
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Anyways, cool. I think that's all we got. But Stackers, you go out this weekend, or actually, I guess we should wish them a Merry Christmas. Stackers, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Zuzonica, whatever else you celebrate. Happy all
Is
that.
that like where Santa's a dog?
I don't know.
Zuzonica?
Who knows? These days, there's all sorts of stuff you can celebrate during this time. Whatever it is that you celebrate, may you bring joy to the world. And Keyan,
Crying.
do you have a cowboy movie for them?
No, this is your segment.
Wow.
Where
It's like you can't force me to give him a cowboy movie either, Car.
No, I don't
He's
do.
not a forceful taking mood. You got a cowboy movie, Jenna?
A cowboy movie that I
Yeah.
like? A cowboy movie.
Cowboy movie.
Or a cowgirl movie.
Or a cowgirl movie. Is there a cowgirl
Or
movie?
inclusive.
Which one? Toy Story. Oh, there you go.
Good old
That's a pleb,
fashioned.
that's a pleb poet. It's a pleb poet pick right there. It's one of the best cowboy movies, Toy Story.
Does this have a cowboy in it?
Yeah. What's his name? Woody. Woody
Not Woody Harrelson. Car.
and Jesse, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Cool.
Yeah. Are we? Is this where?
I think we're in.